Hello, and I am back with another movie review, and the movie on the last John Wick chapter. And oh my god, I mean, this movie is long, by the way, so bear in mind I have to shorten it as much as I can. If there's any favorite scene of yours that I missed out, I do apologize. This movie is nearly 3 hours long, just to warn you. So, if I do miss some stuff out, it's because I have to explain and summarize it quickly, and I'm going to talk about the scenes that I think is the best, to shorten up a little bit to speed up. But let's get straight to it. And that I've got to say, in this movie, that scene in that hotel is incredible. I got to say. I mean, a guy called Noshi. There's a scene where Noshi owns a hotel and John Wick is in there, and then this daughter called Anika or something like that comes in and starts talking to say you shouldn't be here, and the guy as well. I think her dad said you shouldn't be there as well, and then the high table comes in. The army comes in. I don't know, members of the high table members come in, and yet this scene, I'm telling you, this scene right here, the action's dope in this scene. One of my favorite scenes in this movie so far. I mean, swords fan of it. It's almost like and they had like the Chinese people had like bow and arrows, and then you had those other Chinese people with swords. The action in this is intense and it's wild. It's actually crazy. It's like swords pom 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 like that, and it's like, boy, this is crazy talk, craziness right here. And then as soon as like the Chinese will run out of members and more high table members come in, it gets a bit like they're surrounded, it's all outnumbered, and oh my god, this is mental. I can't this scene. I still have this 11 went through my head right now, and yet there was another scene in this one where it's like there's like more glass cabinets, something like that, and then in this scene, that Keanu Reeves' character John, which takes everyone out, and this is where we get introduced to someone called Kane. He's a blind guy, but he seems to know where. He's ruthless. This dude, watch out for this character. This character is ruthless. He may be blind, but his cane is a weapon. He also made a deal with the high table to take out John Wick for like $20 million, but then it went up to $23 million. And there was also scenes where Winston, that's the manager's name, Winston, was negotiating with wasn't it the high table member, the high table boss that owns all the gang and stuff like that. Was negotiating with him, and then another scene where John Wick was with Lauren Fishburne's character, and he was like, "Oh, this is a suit, and I'm gonna make sure you're protected." And then there's like another scene where he asks for help from the from members in the church or something like that to help him out with it, and he was to challenge him to a duel. The I remember tape. I mean, I know I'm getting this in a different order, but I'm just trying to do the best I can though with this. I mean, this is a long movie, and there's another scene where he was about to go to the castle, and yet he just he takes everybody out. There's people waiting for him, and he takes them out. This is before near the end, by the way. Too. I'll get onto that more in a second. But oh my god! And then he starts having like a bit of a scrap with Kane, dude. Like John Wick versus Kane. Wow, that is a masterclass in fighting right there. Whoever made the style and fighting types here deserves an award for it. The pace at the fighting this goes at, it is wild, especially when they both take, these members out. It is crazy talk right here. And then we introduce this guy that comes in called Mr. Well, he's referred to as Mr. Nobody. He has a dog, and he starts like I don't know. It's weird because although like Kane and Mr. Nobody want to take John Wick out because of money, they actually try and help him because I think because Kane and John Wick go way back, so I think they're trying to set this whole thing up with the high table boss leader, how you want to say it, to actually help John Wick defeat him. So it's kind of like really interesting right how it goes. Like I like the plot of it all. I gotta say, I know the first one was good. This one's a belter right here. And let me tell you, this has to be the best scene in any action movie I've ever seen. Any action movie genre I've ever seen. There's like the scene where they go around the table, and then I don't know, this big dude, like I don't know if he's the owner, the you know club or something like that, or like he's a boss or something anyway. And you see Kane, John Wick, and Mr. Nobody sitting right there. Oh my god, the tension in there is probably the best scene in action movie history, in my opinion. Just the tension, just the build up of it all before the fights actually come into it. This guy said, "I understand you want to take him out, you want to take John Wick out, and you also want to take John Wick out. And you, John Wick, you're looking for vengeance, I see." Oh my god, the scene in that, you could just, boy, it gets hell after that as well. As soon as the cards are raised and John Wick, before John Wick does his thing, he was just saying, "Oh," and then then Kane says, "Oh, this guy's a little cheater," and then yeah, John Wick calls him the P word, which is Prick. I'm not gonna say it here. Don't want to swear on this channel that much. And then he starts to swipe this guy's neck with the card, the sharp part, and he goes to the bleed. There's a massive fight scene everywhere, and you see Kane just taking everybody out as well ruthlessly. I can't. The energy in this film is monumental. The ruthlessness from this dude. This dude should have made the John Wick character. For a guy that's blind, he knows what he's doing. Good lord! I mean, there's so much. I'm trying to remember every scene in it now. Is that long? Is that crazy? I mean, especially even towards the end in part two is also clever. But I've got to say, this movie's just genuinely probably my favorite all-time movies now. Just because of the plot, it's action non-stop, tension non-stop, dialogue is quick and brief non-stop, and then they come into this like a hotel or something like that, and John Wick starts shooting everybody up as well, and then you get this Mr. Nobody that is also after John Wick. But yeah, they have a bit of a fight because I think this dude wants to eliminate John Wick, and then this guy starts coming. I think this guy's like I don't know. He's not boss. He's just like just there to lead into his lead the guards basically, lead the members basically into it. He's a guy wearing like a light blue suit or something like that. And then he was about to shoot Mr. Nobody's dog until John Wick saves him. I can't lie. I would have done the same thing. I mean, he was thinking about. I think in his mind, he was thinking about how his puppy got, taken out. In the first chapter, he thought he had to go, look at, actually help out and save a dog's life, which is good. That's this Mr. Nobody dude actually thinks about helping it, which to be fair, yeah, you definitely owe him one after that. And then the scene in the street where he's like getting away and he's close to the stairs to go to the church, and then he starts running into these people. I think it's in a roundabout scene where he starts running into these other members, and boy, the fight scene in that one is mad as well. It's just nobody helps him out as well. Let me know if I get these in the wrong order. I probably have, but I'm just getting out the best scenes. And before he even does all this, there's a scene, a brilliant scene where he actually goes to high table boss and actually draws out some sort of metal card where you flick it over, and then I think they were like the option to use a gun at the end, and I don't know what the other two were. Something beginning with S, and he's trying to do a duel or something. To think all this work this guy has to do to actually, meet up with him and actually do like a duel is mad. It's like you're playing an Xbox game, and I think what they're doing to him is that it's like a tournament type ladder type thing where you have to go on a journey to eliminate enemies and then you get to the big boss. That's what I think. It's like a boss battle in the game. That's the technical way it is. And then the stairs scene is crazy as well. Like you need to watch it. Please watch. Just like I say in my movie review videos, watch these movies first, and then watch my videos. That'd be the best idea. Then you can gather on what happens. Because if I say more scenes out, it's going to spoil it for you. So, oh my god, wow. This is going to spoil it for you basically. I don't want that to happen anyway. I prefer you watching the movie first, and then watch my reviews. I mean, you could do it the other way around. I just think the other way is better. And as soon as he gets to the duel part, I mean, Winston had, not Winston, the Kane dude had to take over. I don't know why this high table member guy was so shook to actually step in to do that instead of having to get somebody else to do like a replacement. I don't know what that's about. I mean, I knew this guy was scared. Like, I've seen the amount of dudes this John Wick guy has taken out. And this dude, I can feel like the fear in his eyes is like, oh, he could easily take me out. pretty sure. Disappointed how it was a gun duel and not a fighting duel. I think that would be the best to use in that sort of movie, especially towards the ending scene. And then, as the countdown went on, John Wick was looking in bad shape. But he did get Kane on the arm somewhere, I think, anyway. But as soon as the second round came in, he was on the floor, John Wick, and he looked defeated. But I was just like, nah, this is too easy. He's a protagonist. He has to remain alive, literally. So I was thinking, what's going to happen here, I wonder? Is Kane going to take this, High Member Tabor out, or what? High Member Tabor boss out? Is he going to take him out? Or is he just going to, what's going to happen here then? And as soon as the big boss, lowers his gun to him like he's about to eliminate him, you'll think, well, something must have to happen here. Is the Mr. Nobody dude going to pitch in and help out? But he was just there, just because he already did his bit. So he was like, and then Winston says to him, "Hey, you arrogant a-hole. This guy's even had a shot yet." I was like, oh my goodness, this John Wick guy pulled off the best trick I've seen in any movie like this. That is a sly trick. That is sneaky, and I like that. And then John Wick put George's gun out and boom, right in his head. Oh my goodness. Yo, that was clever. That was very clever script writing at the end. I loved that. I thought something had to come out of this. Something had to. And then everyone's finally free, and obviously I didn't mention the scene where the hotel got blown up. Watch that at the start. And then Winston's hotel can finally be rebuilt. Then you got Kane that can finally get him and his daughter freed. Wow. That was good trick. I was just like, hold on a minute. I thought he had his shot, surely. But I was thinking of Kane's shots. I was like, oh, okay, so that he planned this. People like John Wick, I know it's acting, but there's people actually in these sort of situations in real life. This sort of thing right here, I mean, he knew exactly what to do. He was like, let me just get myself, let me just not shoot here and then wait till the boss comes in and then trick him. And at the end, it shows Wick just collapsed on the stairs, like he couldn't take any more of the pain. And then we see a grave under his name next to his wife next to his wife Helen Wick. And you see Lawrence Fishburne's character, and then you see Winston just discussing a bit, and I was just like, wow, I know he died, but at least he died in dignity, and he died getting revenge and vengeance, as you want to call it. That was I wouldn't say beautiful ending, but it's kind of touching right there at the end, because he did all that. Even though he still died, he still had vengeance and took some vengeance on the people that mattered to him, and the person he wanted to take out. So he did get it after all. That's something he can be proud of. This movie right here is a 10 out of 10. Another movie 10 out of 10. Wow, all fours have to be 10 out of 10. There's no faults. The sheer action in this is incredible. Honest to God, well done for making this. Seriously, the people that have made that were, took part in making this movie, that has something to do with making this movie, I've hashtagged them. They deserve a massive round of applause for those set of movies. Seriously, everything in it, fantastic. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment, share, everybody know, subscribe and hit the bell notification below. I'll just see you in the next video.